have my new EP, One of Those Things, done, and I've been able to be out on the road the last several weeks, playing in a bunch of bars across the Midwest, and meeting a bunch of people, and it's been awesome to be able to play these new songs. And I've had several people come up to me asking me about the songs, how they came about, why we decided to record them. And so I thought it'd be cool just to take a few minutes and talk about each song and kind of how I ended up writing it and what the inspiration was behind it. Anyway, hopefully these next few minutes will give you an insight into how all these songs came about. The song One of Those Things was really the first song that that we all decided had to go on this EP that we were going to for sure record. And you know, I got to work with Cliff Aldridge, who's a producer in town, and Josh Thompson, who, if y'all haven't checked him out, he's one of my favorite artists out there right now. Great singer-songwriter. But the three of us sat down, and this was the first song that we just thought would be a great song to put on the album, and we ended up trying to mold the rest of what we put on the EP around this song. And it was just one of those feel-good, roll-down-the-windows kind of songs that hopefully makes you smile. And when we went in to record it, it ended up being exactly what we wanted. Things I can't get enough of, makes me sing at the top of my lungs. I wanted to record the song I Can't Stay Away because, other than the fact that I just love the song, I love the lyric, the melody, and everything it says, I kind of felt like everybody has had or has that one person that, you know, for whatever reason they just have that connection to, and right or wrong, you know, they just can't keep away from. And so it turned out to be, you know, a really cool love song, and I recorded it in hopes that, you know, there's a lot of people out there who can relate to it. I can't stay away. Look at you laying there, tangled up hair falling across your face, holding you, touching you, kissing you, missing you every time we say goodbye, but thinking I ain't the kind of guy who's gonna fall. But every time you call, I can't stay away. Fishing for the Beer is probably my most favorite where the song came from story. I was out playing a show in Swansboro, North Carolina about a year ago, and we had the afternoon off after the show, and I was chatting it up with one of these locals, and we were talking about fishing. He'd been out fishing on some of these islands off the bay, and I said, man, next time I'm back here, you know, I'd love to go out with you and go fishing. He said, yeah, I'll take you fishing. He said, we might not catch anything, but I go fishing for the beer anyway. And right then, my songwriter antenna just kind of went off, and I almost immediately right then had I Go Fishing for the Beer, play guitar for the women. I got together with a buddy of mine, Rodney Clausen, who's a big bass fisherman, and I knew he would jump on the title immediately, and he did. And so we wrote it. We spent a couple days, and it turned out to be exactly what it needed to be, and it's pretty much my life in a nutshell, I would say. It's getting rowdy. All you need to know about me is I go fishing for the beer, play guitar for the women, work for the cash, buy enough gas to keep the good year spinning, get me where I'm getting some good loving, biscuits in the oven. Man, I wouldn't trade this life for nothing. What Not to Do is by far the most personal song I've ever written. I actually wrote it years ago. I was sitting at lunch with my buddy Dan Couch, and I was telling him about some stuff I had going on in my life, and we came back after lunch and sat down and wrote the entire song in about, I think, probably 2 hours. It's pretty quick, maybe even less than that. And anyway, it was funny because when we were going through all these songs and what we were going to put on this EP, that was a song that just kept coming up, and I was pretty hesitant to cut it. But Josh and Cliff, you know, said that I had to, that it was a piece that we needed on the EP, and that people could relate to it. And fortunately, or unfortunately I should say, I've gotten a lot of messages and people, commenting saying that song has been their life, and or that they've known somebody in their family who's gone through that. And I think in any of that stuff, in those tough situations, you don't really get over it. You just kind of have to come to peace with it. And writing that song definitely helped me to do that with my situation.
But I want to thank you for teaching me what not to do.
This song is probably fits my personality better than any song on the EP, or probably almost any song I've ever written. I had this title forever, and I'd carried it around, and once again I was sitting down with Rodney Clausen, who's a guy I write with a lot, and he jumped on the title, pretty quick. We actually had it started out as kind of this sweet love song, and guy standing at the girl's door, and maybe he says I love you, or I'm gonna miss you a little too quick, and maybe he should have waited a few more days to say that. And that was all good until I realized maybe I should write it how guys really think. And I'm kidding. Kind of. So I decided to start writing it as just more of a fun song, and it kind of turned into just a fun barroom song. Hey, thanks for spending a few minutes with me. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of insight into what goes on in a songwriter's head, and or at least in my head, which is probably crazy enough. And hopefully y'all have been enjoying the new EP. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out, and hopefully I'll see you on the road here soon.
It's way too late to take it back, I guess. I swear I meant to say that in my head.